Sup, fuckers? GTFO is a cooperative incursion suspense shooter that came out way back in the days of December 2019, and it is easily one of the best shooters I've played in a very long time. I could explain how the game requires meticulous planning for each level, or how the gear you start with or pick up over time is extremely important to your survival. People have already discussed that to shit-talk the game to death, so instead I'm just gonna drop myself and my 3 favorite friends into the depths of the New York Metro so we can go befriend the rats and the Rat King. Maybe make an offering. Let's do this. Run and gun. Okay, the unworthy should be gone by now. So now that I've done the YouTube requirement of teasing your eyes with my luscious content, allow me to explain further. GTFO, as I said earlier, is a squad-based shooter game of the tactical incursion variety, where 3 other players, as well as yourself, are dropped into the depths, where your objective is to go into the location, locate your target, get your target, and, as the name suggests, get the fuck out. All in all, a rather simple process on paper, but this isn't on paper. It's in a hive. What's the hive full of? Fuck if I know. And in that hive, there are many different fucks if I know. Will I elaborate further on the differences? No. Why? Because I couldn't get any good content of them. Shut up, stop asking questions. Because the game doesn't say what they are, and nowhere else on the internet seems to, but we did find this one stretchy tentacly guy that alerts other ones of whatever the hell these things are when you touch one of their tentacles in the game, and they call them skunks, but we had a better name for it. Snitch. Now, the 3 human shields I mentioned earlier would be Mindy, Render, and maybe Uchu. Anyone that's been here longer than 5 minutes might remember them from this video, which, if you actually did watch that one to the end first, thank you for doing so in second.
And that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, good. If you didn't, alright, let me know. If you have any suggestions on how I could do better content later on or at all, leave it in the comments, and yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, sorry about that, not my proudest moment. I will be rectifying this in a later project down the pipeline, but that's not important right now. Right now, you're here to see what we do. How badly do we fail? How much do we actually win? How far did we get? What's the secret to life? Bless our ears with it! And to that I say, patience, my friends. All shall be revealed in time. And by in time, I mean alright now. Alright, attempt 1! If you're expecting me to go on about how we triumphantly beat this part first try, I'm afraid you're going to be thoroughly disappointed. We barely lasted 10 minutes and only cleared the first room before realizing the door in front of us was a security door that would alert the entire hive to where we are with the power of an alarm and loud blaring noises. Well, I think that's a bit more than locked, dude. Someone tried to door not working no more. Wait, you can pick up artifacts?
Start security scan sequence. Good. Oh, okay. No.
Oh, no.
Try to open this. It's gotta turn on an alarm.
If we can get on 6, we can get on 6.
What have we got to lose?
They're ready.
Okay, everyone just crouch.
They're coming. We made an awful mistake.
What an astute observation of him to make.
Open the door!
Fucking someone enter the security scan! This would prove to be our end. Because some moron who designed this facility had decided, oh, these things use sound to hunt for prey with light? I know! Let's make the doors blare alarms! What could go wrong? So, with what could only be described as a defensive line akin to a mouse fighting a blitzkrieg, we were quickly put down by the Horde. Now, what did we learn from this first run? 1. Security doors are stupid, and the one who designed them in this facility should be beat over the head with a rubber mallet. 2. They blare alarms, and those rats are attracted by alarms, and sound, and light. Please ignore the part from before that level, but we didn't know this. It was explained to us at the beginning, but we never noticed it. 3. kicked open the door. Oh yeah, also we learned friendly fire was a thing.
Hey, Kether, do you think CM is friendly fire?
There isn't really much else to say about this run, so in order to make this more bearable, and to save watch time, I'm just gonna hop right into run 2. Now, run 2 went a lot better than run 1. To summarize it before I actually go into more detail, we actually beat the first room, and saw past the rave door, name subject to change. Most of the rooms were not a challenge, so we cleared them up faster than a Navy SEAL raiding the Bin Laden apartment. Granted, we were Navy SEALs with metal pipes and sledgehammers exclusively, but Navy SEALs all the same. Now you may be wondering why I even pointed out the pipes and hammers in the first place. Well, that's because we made a strategy, which was, to simply put it, to save our bullets by poking and smashing in the heads of any sleepers we were to find. All of this worked out pretty well. We found out that not all security doors were the loud and death-challenging kind, but that some were also locked, and not with the padlocks you could break with a hammer or a well-placed bullet. No, these doors needed a specific colored key that was specifically programmed to it. We would find out the hard way that this key was not only randomly assigned, but also spawned at random locations in each individual run. We also learned that C-foam, the stuff shot from this gun I'm holding here, is able to not only slow the enemies down a bit more with trenches and whatnot, but also to reinforce doors to last just a little bit longer when you needed them to stay shut for long periods of time, i.e. security door incidents. We would be sure to make use of this information in future runs, but for now, run 2 ends with us holding a poorly prepared defense against a swarm Beckett over by a, not level 1, but level 2 security alarm. Another nice thing we got from the run was this map. As you can see, one of the few things that remains the same in every run is the placement of rooms in each given level. Thank God it's not procedural generation. But with that information in mind, run 3 would be a breeze. After our loss during the third one, we got frustrated. Not because of the near constant friendly fire incidents that totally weren't my fault, but because of a more obvious reason. We hadn't beaten this first level. So after much deliberation and loadout building, we began to make a plan, an actual proper full game spanning strategy. 1. Lights would go off before we open any doors. If anything were to be behind the door, it would notice us from the light. 2. Talk in a whisper. While I may have forgotten to point it out earlier, I will now take the time to mention that we weren't using Discord to communicate in the game, but rather through the in-game's inbuilt proximity chat function that the denizens of this wonderful metro, rats and homeless people alike, can also hear. So if we ever chose to be too loud, everything around us would notice us. 3. When we get to the target, the person with the highest health will lead the charge back to spawn. While it wasn't directly said to us, the title of the game has made it pretty clear that the final phase of every run is going to be running back to the beginning to escape this little slice of hell we found ourselves in. In order to maximize our chances of survival and getting at least one person to the end, and as a result guaranteeing our win, we would have a formation organized from highest health to lowest during our escape. If you died during the escape phase, sorry to say, we're leaving you behind. 4. Only use guns in extreme circumstances. Ammunition in this game is a very rare commodity, so we decided to outlaw any use of guns unless it was a couple circumstances. 1. The whole squad was overwhelmed. 2. A scout was in the area, thus resulting in us needing to use a long-range weapon to take it out. 3. We were at a security door, which I don't think I need to explain at this point why we need to use a gun there. And 4. Something else we had not encountered popped up and we needed to take it out quickly so we could study it. We decided that should any of those situations happen, it wasn't worth charging in and risking the possibility of wasting our scarce medical materials, or worse, dying. So, if need be, we're free to sound off and turn off the safety, lock and load, that kind of thing. In regards to our equipment and party design, maybe U2 would carry a biodetection device. This would let him see behind the doors and let us know what we're dealing with once we open it. Up to a certain range, of course. He would also lead the charge during the final phase of the run, unless he had low health. Render and Mindy would carry turrets to place during security scan sequences so we have a better chance of surviving that, as well as 2 DMRs, one for each of them, so that should a scout be encountered in any of the rooms, maybe could mark it off for them, and they could just pick it off from a distance, nice and safe. And I, the intrepid hero of this story, would carry the C-foam gun to reinforce doors and create trenches when and where needed, and had director's orders to cover the rear at all times because I had a bad habit of totally not shooting my friends in the back when they were looking. I, however, deeming that I had the better judgment of character and the better decision-making skills, decided to ignore this order. Once all of that was settled, we went over it a few more times to give ourselves a good idea of what our respective roles would be, and we readied up to begin what was hopefully going to be our final dive into the first tunnel of the Rat territories. Things started off for round 3 without a hitch. Given that most of what we were going through we'd already gone through twice before now, we'd pushed far, we'd pushed fast, deep into the tunnels until we knew we were back where we were before we died at the end of round 3. This time making keen use of our guns, despite our earlier planning, to not die at the horde waiting for us in the final room. We killed anything that came at us or moved, and then searched the room to make sure it was all clear. And to make sure any last-minute supplies that we could stumble upon to refill our ammo and equipment was located and secured. With that done, we plotted an escape route and went through our maps, and made good work to rehearse what we were going to do to escape. With that done, we were just getting ready to go when... tax time! So as it turns out, it was at this point in time that the government had decided to mail me my tax paperwork. So, with the toilet paid a very thorough visit, and a rather lengthy conversation on taxes with my uncle, I returned to the fray to finish things off. This would be it. If we'd failed this, we'd probably restart again and play again for another hour, but to be frank, all of us were getting tired. So, with plans and rehearsals done over and over again, we quickly prepared ourselves and started the escape. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Bank mail and wonderful advice from my uncle. But I'm back.
Now that we're all here.
Yep. Hello, this is post-processing, other extra editing Kath here. Hey, Bennett here. This video was started back in June, but I ended up getting burnt out from this specific segment, because I didn't know what the fuck to put here. I'm not censoring that fuck, by the way. I'm too lazy at this point and just want to get this done so I can say I made it. Yeah. I had a whole segment here where it was going to be maybe Render, Mindy, and us talking and figuring out a plan, or at least just bantering, really, until something or other happened. But then the audio corrupted. And by which I mean the OBS did not record the audio for them at the same volume as recording it for me. Pardon me, I'm drinking some water here. But yeah, so when I figured that out, I basically burnt out immediately because I ran dry of ideas of how to fucking continue this segment. And as a result, here we are. So now I'm going to extend this to the point where this song is over by just talking and explaining what happened. So, why have I been gone here? Again, burnout, work, school, not knowing what to do with my life. Because I can't keep my ass focused on something for more than 10 minutes, it seems, at any given moment. Do I intend to make more videos? Of course I do. It's whether I actually get to doing them or not is the question of the day. Will I actually finish them? I don't know. But who knows, maybe we will. There's a Fallout one that I've been restructuring from the ground up. There's a Frostpunk one that I wanted to get done before, I want to try to get done before Frostpunk 2 launches in July, which is looking less and less likely by the day, but we'll figure that out. We've got an animation one I want to work on, because I've been learning how to do that in the background. A Hoi 4 one, a big project I can't talk about right now. That's an animation in of itself. But that, I'm reaching the end of the time this song provides me, so yeah, that's why I've been gone for so long. Sorry, it took a while to get to this point, and yeah, let's just cut through this part and get to the last part of the video, right? Why not? Reloading. Yeah! Let's fucking go! Alright, video's done. Get out of here.